Hey, welcome back, comic book enthusiasts. I'm Travis Grant, your friendly neighborhood comic book nerd, and today we're going to look at Fantastic Four 15? That's right. It's pretty cool. Let's go take a look at it and check it out. So Fantastic Four, number 15. And it always gives you a little synopsis, kind of what's going on. The Baxter building is disappeared, but the Fantastic Four show up at the place where it's supposed to reappear, and Mr. Fantastic Four, Reed, he put it in like a pocket dimension to keep everybody safe for a year, and it's supposed to come back that day. In these panels, you got these guys. They're talking about how a China brain is, and like these neurons, and he's even saying neurons, and the neurons talk to, and they send messages to that neuron, and is it alive? Could it think? Can it reason? Can it feel? There's always like things going on, you know. The criteria is changed, automatic. Does it think? It's kind of like AI in a way, and it kind of just these guys talking, bantering back and forth about this. I kind of remember not too long ago, earlier this year, that Facebook and Meta and Discord and TikTok, all the CEOs were in Congress talking about trying to protect the youth on social media. So and it's a thing, they're worried about the AI coming in, and they've done Facebook stuff before. Let me just zoom in, it's easier. And we got the China brain, and I think this is neat how they kind of did the old Nintendo lettering, kind of like computer lettering and stuff. But then you have these black boxes are the China brain talking to itself through talking to us as the audience, and that's part of the China brain talk, right? Metamind is what they're calling it. The building ain't here, think that building ain't here. That's how I always think things talking, and then Sue's like, Reed, and then he doesn't understand how could it not be here? His calculations should be right, and we get people are just walking, minding their own business, but they're all linked in on their cell phones, just like we are today. We're just mindless zombies walking around with our cell phones. Hell, you're probably watching this on your cell phone, and we're just all linked in, and even the city, Metamind's talking about, I grew aware of everything, and he's trying to contact other beings. He's transcending, and he's discovering unique things, and he's learning everything, kind of like AI, and it's kind of scary in a way, and we kind of get this Dr. Octopus woman. I don't even know if this comic book takes place in the 616. Maybe it's a different universe because there's a woman Dr. Octopus, but is that Dr. Octopus's daughter? Heck, I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comments will tell me. These people are working. It's a flashback where I think Metamind got beat by the Fantastic Four. It's talking about. He's like, within an hour of discovering Fantastic Four destroyed it. And after, of course, they tried to murder me first. They tried to murder him, after they found out about Metamind. Anyways, Reed's sitting there, and this guy comes up to Reed, and he said, "Hey, you tried to kill me, Mr. Richards." He's like, "Wait, I didn't. Who are you?" He's like, "What's going on? Wait, please wait." And it's just this phone making a sound. And forget the things I forget. That guy's kind of screwy. What's going on? And he's like, "Don't worry, Mr. Richards." and it won't tell you anything that you don't want to know or whatever. And they keep on playing with them, with these people walking by, because they're all on their phones like zombies. The Metamind brain is controlling them, and they finally figure out Metamind is controlling all these people with the phone. And just everybody's passing by, and no way, how's this Metamind? It's not possible. And then Johnny's like, I think it is. Holy Hannah, it's an intruder. and this is enough. Would you please listen? I never imagined that. They're just talking back and forth, and eventually Metamind tells them that, I think they were like, you lost Dr. Richards, and all of us can't hurt them out or something. And then they're like talking, boy. I like that part when the little girl says, boy, because I always say boy too. But they're talking about that. And then as Fantastic Four doing Fantastic Four things, this must be a flashback, but he's talking about how he's learned, and it's like he's talking about the brain is just deteriorates into rotten meat and blah 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 blah. And then then it's a beautiful thing. He's learning the world, and the universe is beautiful, and I want to experience it all. And then he finds a satellite dish, and then he tries to communicate and put himself out into the world and find other like-minded things. So next thing, chapter 2, they're in the park, and then the Megamind say, "Can we speak?" And they're like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Look, straight up," but they're saying, you can't hold the whole city block hostage, Metamind. And this is weird because my comic was missing. It's not stapled in this, and it didn't even. It's weird because it didn't even make it through. Like, there's no staple holes. I guess there is. But it didn't. It stapled shut, but it never made it through in that panel. So my comic's kind of trashed, anyways. But they're talking about. They're like, we can work together. We don't have to be like this. We can have peace. We can be we can work together, man. We don't have to fight. We can have mutual assured peace between us and just return to building. It'd be great. We don't have to fight each other. We can learn from each other. And as they're talking, this woman's like, huh? And it goes, the Megamind's kind of getting a little worse for weary when it's talking, and then Dr. Reed's like, may I? Because her phone kind of stops working, and sure, thanks, because she wants to take a look at it. And then he's like, oh no. And I guess it's Pastel. They say, oh no, we need to get to Pastel. And what the? He wraps his arms around it, and even the little dog too. And he's taking off. He's giving the phone back to that woman. That's pretty funny. So they bust in to it, and this hacker guy, he's like, "Hey, man, you're blocking the Metamind code, communicating with itself." And he's like, "Yeah, for a genius, Reed, you're not that bright. I'm not blocking it." He's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's blocking it. Past tense. It's done. I can't undo it. And then Reed's getting on the thing, and he's trying to, and he said it lost 26% of its he's just taking its neurons and it's losing its smartness of it. He's making it stupider every second. And he's like, but this is a dire straits for them, for Fantastic Four, because they need Metamind to get the Baxter building back. So they're trying to save Metamind now. They jump out of there and they're yelling Metamind, and this is neat. Fantastic Four makes a megaphone out of his hand. He just because he just bends his hand and it's like putty, so he makes the megaphone to try to call Meta Mind. It's kind of funny to say. I like this panel of things and they're falling. She makes like a slide for him to slide down, and he said, yeah, they told me 20 million credits if I can find Reed Richard, and here we go, help MetaMind, and he's like, I don't know how anymore, I'm sorry, little time left, I don't remember how to fix it. And as MetaMind, no, please focus, let me fix this. And Reed's trying to fix MetaMind, and they're trying to get the Baxter building back, and they're trying to save MetaMind too. And I guess they just didn't want to draw some stuff in between the interactions. I guess that's a good cop out for the artist when they do kind of things like this. My comics kind of falling apart right there. They do kind of, to make it easier for the artist, I guess, just to put some text boxes. They kind of phone that in. But the connection's lost. And then it's like, oh, but thanks. The final gift from doing it is the Baxter building came back. So they're all great that the Baxter building came back at the end of it. They come back, and the people that were in the Baxter building are coming out. They've been in the Baxter building for a year, and there's hope. Things reunited with his family, Fantastic Four. Everybody's reunited with their family members. And I guess I don't know if it was like they were gone for like a second and then they popped back for a second. I think that's how it was explained. But then he tells them the little dog, and Reed's like, hey, I'm gonna take a picture. And they take a picture of it, and then the next page you see, she's safe, Victor. They all are. And I don't know if that's Victor Von Doom's dog, but it's Dr. Doom's hand, So the next page we get Reed, and he's thinking about MetaMind when he tried to contact things from outer space. He's like, just maybe he did make contact, but did they make contact with somebody friendly? Was MetaMind in an angry state when he tried to contact somebody to come and help him? It's like a big mystery, like the AI, what happens when the AI goes crazy and starts communicating and trying to contact stuff from outer space or something. So anyways, that was a Fantastic Four number 15, and it kind of made me think a little bit about AI and the social media aspect, because we're all walking around with our cell phones like zombies all day, looking at our cell phones, and man, it's pretty modern. It's a pretty modern thing to be looking at, and I liked how they incorporated the modernness of the cell phones and everything, but it would have been really cool if they just bought a big brain monster, from outer space or something. But hey, it is what it is. And I just looked at it in a different way. The writing made me think about our technology and social media that we use in a different way. And it makes you think kind of like AI is a real scary thing, and it's just right around the corner. And what could AI do? Thanks for sticking with me this far, if you are. And love you, boy!